Hi, my name is Suzanne Fountain, CEO and founder of Elite Human Resources Consulting, and my object is my certification in human resources.
Can you describe your object?
My object is my certification in human resources through Society of Human Resources. It is a senior certified professional certification in human resources.
What do you do?
Elite Human Resources provides consulting services for small to mid-sized companies.
What types of businesses need HR?
The types of businesses that need HR are those organizations that have small to no HR department, no resources for their employees to go to provide these types of services. So I come in as an extension of that organization to provide those services.
What does a typical workday look like for you?
Typical workday in HR is kind of a challenge to describe. There is no typical day in HR. At Elite Human Resources Consulting, we prioritize the needs of our clients. And as those needs come in, we make sure that we address whatever is needed for that client, whether it be training, whether it just be questions. Sometimes it's just of doing investigations and interviews. So it really depends on what comes in that day for us to describe what a typical day would look like. My 9 to 5 is coming in and checking my emails to see what's pressing, what's burning. There's always something burning in HR, so you have to come in and know that there's going to be something there. If there's not, which is a calm day with the ones you love, you go through your to-do list and try to get those done. Meetings, those are always there. With open calendars, people put things on your calendars before you even know it. So my day is always jam-packed with organization questions, as well as meetings, as well as conference calls. So I try to find some time in the day to go through those items that I know are pressing. But however, there's sometimes not enough time in the day to get through everything.
How does your object aid in the day to day task of your industry?
My object, my certification aids in my day to day. It is my toolbox. In addition to the certification, the organization, which is the Society of Human Resources, provides a plethora of resources for each individual to have access to. So I utilize that to find policies, to find questions on legal items that are coming up that are new. So they keep you current with what's happening. And in today's world, there's so many changes that are happening in human resources, particularly around the legal side. So it's important for me to always look into that from my toolbox to make sure that I am getting up-to-date information to provide the ultimate services for my clients.
Can you give some insight into what working with your company looks like?
Working with Elite Human Resources Consulting would provide every organization with the utmost professionalism and integrity. Those are the things that I thrive and hone in on when it comes to my clients, because integrity is everything. If you can't trust me to be an extension of your organization, then I'm not doing my job well. So I want you to feel like you are my number one client. I'm going to give you all of my time and energy that I know that I can provide the ultimate services for you, and know that you're going to get the best from an integrity driven individual.
Can you share a memory attached to your object?
Oh, a memory attached to my object. So this is a funny story. The testing for this certification, you have to go through the Society of Human Resources to test for this certification. And the test in and of itself is about a 3-hour test. And the questions are formulated in a way that there are two right answers, but one is more right than the other. So when you're studying, you kind of want to look for your experience, but at the same time, you want to know that what the book taught you. But in my first time taking the test, I was pregnant with my son, and the test was in person. And so you had to be there at a certain time. You weren't allowed to bring drinks or anything into the testing center. And I was like 7 months pregnant, and I was late. Had to walk up 3 flights of stairs, wobbled up 3 flights of stairs. and didn't bring any water, didn't bring anything to help aid me in taking this test. And I thought for sure I'm not going to do well on this test. I didn't have the right mindset. I didn't have the resources I need. I was feeling dehydrated. There were so many things going wrong that day. And I just put my head down and said, you know what, I'm gonna push through and I'm gonna persevere. And this was back when you got your results like weeks later. It wasn't an instant, gratification that you get nowadays. And I remember getting that piece of paper saying that I passed. And I couldn't believe it because I felt like there were so many things against me, but I had my knowledge and I had my faith in myself. And what turned out in the beginning to be a challenging day became a rewarding day for me.
What is a cliche about HR that you wish people better understood?
The cliche that I wish people better understood that HR is needed. They it always seems to come back that anyone can do HR. Oh, you just hire and fire people. They don't realize that we keep companies out of trouble. We keep employees engaged. That's a big thing, especially nowadays in keeping employees engaged with the different demographics between millennials and boomers and Gen X and all the different demographics that come into an employee. We are what helps keep your organization going, because without your people you don't have an organization. So we are what keeps the glue together, and not anyone can do HR.
Final question. How can our audience reach you?
You can reach me at my website, which is Elite HR Consulting LLC, and social media, which is Elite Human Resources LLC. Learn more about me and my featured story at theboldmaven.com.